On the occasion of International Women's Day, we are here at South Block in Central Secretariat to speak with 7 women officers of the Indian Army. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
I am Lieutenant Colonel Anila Khatri.
I am Major Kanika Singh.
I am Captain Preeti Chaudhary.
I am Lieutenant Colonel Namrata Rachor.
I am Major Ankita Chaudhary.
I am Lieutenant Colonel Poonam Sangwan and I am from the Army Ordnance Corps, and presently I am posted in an ammunition depot, and I have put in 14.5 years of service.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Shikha. I am the imagery analyst in the Army. I've put in almost 17 years of service. That's it.
Alright, I have been in the Army for the last 16 years, and it's been a wonderful experience. And as I was talking to somebody else, also the same question. See, these 16 years, though it's a long time when we say 16 years, but it just went by like this.
So I'll start by saying that Colonel Khatri here was my training officer in the academy. So she's a huge inspiration for why I'm here today. And I have 9 years of service. I've served in different sectors of the Indian Army, including the Northern sector, the Western sector. I've served 3 years with the Airborne Forces, and presently I'm in the Eastern sector.
Okay, so I'm from a defense background only. My father was in Army. He retired in 2014, and since childhood I would say that he is my inspiration, my first inspiration I would say. Then gradually when I grew up, I was a NCC cadet. That gave me exposure to defense forces, and it actually gave the firmness to my dream of joining defense forces. That was the initial phase of my life.
I have completed 14.5 years of service, and I must say that these 14.5 years of my service is the most graceful, best and most challenging days of my life. I belong to Dehradun, and since childhood, this was my inspiration to join Indian Army. Like, my school is KVFRI, and there's a secondary section and a primary section in between. There's a road from where the GCs crosses. So since childhood, I've seen those GCs crossing in between our throughout our schools, and we used to stand and salute those GCs to give them the honor for the duty which they are going to render in future. So that's what inspired me also, and since childhood, that was my childhood dream to join Army, and that's how I have put my stars on 22nd September.
I'm Major Ankita Chaudhary. I belong to Rajasthan. I'm a BTech Electronics and Communication graduate. I did my training from OTA Chennai. In September 2013, I joined Corps of Signals. After that, I have served in 4 different kinds of units, and currently I'm coming from Agra.
I belong to a very small village, basically from Charkhi Dadri, and it's in Haryana. And I came to Delhi when I was 3 years. My father got me to Delhi for my for my education and all. I've done my complete education from Army School, Delhi, and my graduation from Delhi University, Maitri College. And I am an ex-NCC cadet. Apart from the Army background which I have, my father was also in the Army. Apart from the Army background which I have, NCC motivated me to join the armed forces. I'm married for past 13 years. My husband is also in the Army, and I've got 2 beautiful children. My daughter is 6 years and my son is 2 years. And that is all.
So I've done my master's, basically coming on to my qualification first. I've done my master's in clinical psychology, and I've done my PG diploma in guidance and counseling. I joined Army in March 2005, and it's been a very enriching experience, right from the training to commissioning, and then doing courses which the Army offer us, and it's been a very enriching experience.
What does this uniform and your rank mean to you after all the time you spent in the Indian Army?
What does it mean to me? Right, well, it is what I am. I mean, if I would put it this way, that when I'm wearing this uniform in the morning and I look at myself in the mirror, there's a really nice moment, and it adds the zing in the day, and that zing stays with you throughout. So this uniform is what actually inspired, and this profession of arms is what actually made me join the Army.
Everything. I think that I am Major Kanika today, so it's before my name. So it's everything.
this uniform has been my dream. There is hardly any word which can express this feeling that I'm wearing this uniform today. My father was wearing it, I am wearing it, and I'm sure the coming generations would also be wearing it. But this uniform gives a sense of pride. When you wear the uniform, you suddenly your personality changes. You cannot be lousy. You cannot just walk anyway. When you wear the uniform, you have to be upright. You are upright, and you get the sense of pride each and every moment.
It's been 8 years since I have donned this uniform, but still every day when I look myself in mirror in the uniform, I still feel proud, and I'll do everything that will make this uniform proud of me.
It's my life. Matlab, I have never thought of any other profession than joining the armed forces. I remember I was a little child when I used to see officers coming for the PTM meetings and all. In my school days in Delhi area primary school, the GOCs and everyone used to walk in, but I could never see any women. And it was my father's dream. He saw a dream long time back when the women were not in army except for the medical profession.
Indian Army is not just a profession, it's a way of life. I never take it that, okay, this is my profession and I need to work for it because I'm getting a salary out of it. No, it's never like that. Because the moment I don on this olive green, the feeling is totally different. Each and every day, it's not a single day that I've felt that, oh, I'm going to my job and it's a burden for me. Never. So I take this as actually green is the color of my blood as well, I feel.
Do you have a few more words to say about the issue of women's participation and representation in the Indian Army? Over the years, it's been often covered in the media that the percentage of women officers and soldiers in the Army is sometimes a bit lower than, say, in the Air Force or in the Navy. So, how has your experience been, and if you have a few words to say about that?
I think it would be unfair to talk statistics or to talk about, different countries, compare different countries. We are a society, a different society, so there's no point of comparing countries or, throwing statistics here and there. But I would say that, every year we hear of a woman officer leading a contingent. Every year we hear of some contingent climbing Mount Everest, which was led by a woman officer, or a sailing championship, or an Arctic expedition or something like that. So representation, definitely. I think we all get opportunity to, stand out and do something different. So we all have a lot of representation.
And I think the organization is the best to decide that how many women it wants in its fold. So if they need more, they'll take more. If they don't need, then they will not. I mean, it cannot be forced on them that, okay, no, you have to achieve gender equality. No, this organization, it is mandated to safeguard the national security, from external aggression, internal subversion. That's the primary aim. Achieving gender equality or employment generation is not its primary aim. So it's a mere fallout of it. So it should remain a fallout of it and not the primary aim. So I think it's perfect.
I would say that if you also think about it and compare the state of women in the world or in the organization, this organization also, 10 years back and today. You must have also seen with the incoming permanent commission for the women officers and with the induction of women in the National Defence Academy. The organization is doing its bit to give all the opportunities that can be given to the women officers. It is gradually increasing. Like Indian Army is a small part of India. So the type of thinking, the type of people who we live with, that only reflects in Indian Army. And with the changing time, when we are in a patriarchal society, and that has changed a lot. So women are given a lot of opportunities. Now we are given more responsibilities. So that is a very good thing. We can explore more, and it will definitely, I would say, it will attract more ladies, more girls to be a part of the organization.
Army has given a lot of opportunity to, now it's a gender neutral military, and I will say that every single day is challenge in Army, be it a woman, be it a man. The best part of Indian Army is the pride and the time and the pride basically that we feel every day that we have dedicated ourselves for the service of this nation. Nothing can be better than that. Then when every day when you wake up and you know that you are doing something for this nation. We say it, but we do it. So that's what I'll say. And Indian Army has given lots and lots of opportunity to everybody to expand their wings. They are
Talking about women's representation in army, I think there is no representation from women in army. Women officers are equally part of army. They are just one family. So there is no representation. They are one. They are soldiers and they are being treated equal and they are given equal opportunities.
The leadership is actually not about gender. It is about your qualities, your skills, your trust your men has in you, and so that they can follow your lead. If they know that the person who is standing in front of you is skillful, trustworthy and talented, and he can lead us anywhere. That's what leadership is all about. There is no gender in that.
Army has always been very encouraging towards the intake of women, and now the induction of girls in Sainik school, the NDA, it's another welcome step taken by the Army.
There are a lot of efforts of late. You would have seen that the Army has undertaken a lot of new opportunities provided to the women and the girls as well. Opening of Rashtriya Indian Military College entry for girls, then Sainik School entry for girls, and of course the National Defence Academy for girls. And last but not least, the permanent commission which was offered to all women officers, acknowledging their dedication, hard work and sincerity.